Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, I'm Olivia Yofananda. Maybe I'm new lecturer here. This is my first time host podcast in fisheries department. Department of fisheries. So, yeah. Here with me is Professor Lim Phaek Eem. Am I correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. She is from a professor from University of Malaya. Can you introduce yourself more, maybe?
Okay, so very good afternoon to all of you. First of all, I'd like to thank the Faculty of Agriculture, Department of Fishery, University of Gajah Mada for inviting me to participate and give a guest lecture for the summer course. And also, I'm glad that I have the opportunity to get to know more of you through this podcast.
Yeah.
So myself, I am Lim Phaek Eem, as introduced. So I'm the professor and also the director at the Institute of Ocean and Earth Sciences, University of Malaya. So myself, I have been working on the research of seaweed for more than 20 years. So for me, seaweed is close to my heart. I'm doing something of passions, of my own passion,
So can you tell us more about University of Malaya first? Where is take place? Where is the university is take place? Is this in the Kuala Lumpur or maybe another part of Malaysia?
Okay, so University of Malaya is the oldest university in Malaysia. So and our main campus is located at the Kuala Lumpur itself. And then we do have some campuses in different parts of the country. So for example, for my institute, we are based in Kuala Lumpur, the headquarters, but we also have marine station at the Bachok, which is at Kelantan, northeastern of Peninsular Malaysia.
Okay, so
Yeah.
about is this your first time to Indonesia? Come to Indonesia?
No, I have been to Indonesia many times, probably more than 10 times already.
Oh, it's same time already.
Yeah.
So in Yogyakarta,
This is the first time in Yogyakarta in Java Island that
Oh.
I visited.
Java Island is the first time. So
Also, yes, in the way that you can say yes when I transit flight in Jakarta.
Okay. So many times in Jakarta.
Jakarta is a
Only-
lot of time in the old day is there's no direct flight, right? Let's say I want to go to Lombok, I have to fly through
okay.
Jakarta and then I
Only transit.
transits. Yeah.
Oh, but Yogyakarta, have you try gudeg? You know gudeg?
No.
It's a traditional or local food here, so maybe you have to try it.
Yeah, I have read a bit before about Yogyakarta before I come. I really felt this is quite interesting city that I would like to explore.
Yeah.
And for me is I like to try different type of foods. It's adventurous. I'm pretty sure I will like your food. Yeah. Yeah.
You have 4 day maybe in here?
I stay here for 6 nights, I think.
6.
Yeah, so I have quite a number that I need to explore. Yeah.
Okay. You have to go to the Malioboro next year.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, I will ask you about how you manage your work-life balance this year, whole this time.
Okay.
Because I'm a new lecturer, maybe I can.
I think is when we talk about especially when I was newly joined as a faculty member, actually those are those time that I really put a lot of time in my research. I even work weekend.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Then as I work, I have a lot of administrative work and things like that. And then with student, I really found that in order to have a healthy lifestyle, you have to have balance between work as well as also rest. So weekend is a time for you to recover from all the tiredness, because we as a human being, I think we need to recover from the tiredness. So if you work for a long time without rest, it won't sustain you for long. But the thing is, I think at the end of the day, it's more of time management. and also find the best working lifestyle that suits you, because if you work long hour, I don't think your mind can work that long. You can't be focused, so might as well that you use the most efficient way how you work, manage your time well. I think you can. And then another thing is, I will always say is that don't work silo, don't work alone. It's always good to to collaborate with people, because now if you see the trend of the people of the research is talk about interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary. So that will help you to make more impact, because it's like you're doing a lot of science, but if your science just remain in the laboratory, not reaching out the community, then I think it's defeat the whole purpose. And then we know you are trained from science background. I am trained from science background, but I have now moved to work to community. So with that, I think you need to work with colleagues that are familiar in the area, and then you combine the strength for each other, then you can make much more impact. And also working not alone with the country, like collaboration, like internationally, like Malaysia and Indonesia and with other country, that also will help to equip you and strengthen you of your research capability. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. How about now? Have you still work in the weekend or not?
I was I will say is that I have to work when it is necessary
Okay.
for me to meet the due date, because for me I felt that at the end of the day, whatever you do, you still have to fulfill what you have promised. So especially when I'm being a director of institute, then I start during office hour, you have a lot of meeting. So then for my own research, I won't compromise my research. For me, is research is always my passions. I will want to still do as how I do, so I have to sacrifice some of my weekend to work on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's quite interesting. Okay, and then you have that before that you are study about seaweed, right?
Yeah.
Seaweed and microalgae.
Yes.
Seaweed and microalgae. And can you tell us more about seaweed? Which topic you learn
Yeah. Okay.
research?
So when we talk about seaweeds, a lot of time people will link it to economic potential.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, before we want to explore further for application for economic, I think we need to know what do we have in our sea or in our water. So that is where you started to talk about biodiversity, the importance of biodiversity. You look what we have. So when we talk about seaweeds, a lot of time probably you see when you go to the beach, coastal area, those drift off, you see the different color. You have the red, the green, and the brown. But the thing is, seaweed itself, it is very different from land plant, or you can see that they have very stable morphology. Seaweeds always known to have plastic character. So
Plastic character.
yeah, why we say plastic? So in English term, we say it has a characteristic of plasticity. So it means plastic. We know that sometimes is elastic, right? You can change the shapes. So it's actually refer to the natural character of seaweeds, that they will change their morphology in different environment that they grow. So let's say for probably you find in one of the beach, their color is red. Then probably you go to another beach, probably they are more brown. So this is also linked to the environmental that they grow, but they can be of same species. So that's where I found interesting to know what are they. But the thing is, when you want to talk about, in that case, seaweed is plastic, it changed. So you can't only use morphology or how they look like to characterize them. So you start to have to look into the DNA level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's so wide range to explore, right?
Yes.
So you study about the the seaweed cultivation,
Yes.
and then until the
Okay, so I will look into, because when you want to do aquaculture, you need to know what species you want to do.
Yeah.
So when you do aquaculture, you will start to see, okay, if I culture these seaweeds, what is the best method to culture them? What are the system? What are the cultivation suitable for them? And then when you think, okay, this is the best structure to grow them, the system. And then what are the habitats that is suitable? Because you go through the sea, you have different habitat, right? You have mangrove area, you have coral reef, you have sandy beach, and you have also some of the muddy flats. So where do they grow? So you have to understand that, and then you decide which is your optimum size. Okay, so this is a fundamental. But the next thing is, when you start to grow, does your seaweed grow at the optimum level? Do they have disease, pest and disease? So I also look into pest and the disease. What are the trigger? So I think Indonesia, you are the second world largest producer of seaweeds, but in terms of species wise, you are the largest producer for carrageenan.
Yeah.
So carrageenan have a lot of usage with a huge potential. Yeah. So yeah.
You study about carrageenan too?
I don't really. I won't look into the detail of carrageenan, but there are some aspect like using carrageenan, but not really extracting, but using the species for bioplastic. I do have a project that mixing between the cellulose from palm oil waste mixed with seaweeds. And become a bioplastic. So it's more of all the natural material. Yeah.
It's interesting. So from the sea until the application.
Yeah,
so you do you study about the bioactive
biotic compound?
Yeah, bioactive compound, because I look at your journal articles, you have already published about that too.
Okay, for bioactive compounds, we, instead of using the traditional approach that you extract, you do for purification, but we are using different approach. We are using omic approach.
Omic.
Okay. So means we are using metabolite. So we use metabolite using LCMS, GCMS to identify what are the metabolites. Because this is another trend of research that people believe that it will shorten the path of identify more useful compound. But I think that need to be proven, but it's always good to work hand in hand, both the traditional and the omic approach. Yeah.
So you have that instrument in your lab too?
Yeah, we do have facility, but for University of Malaya, we are not going through for those large equipment like next generation sequencing, the mass spec is actually a shared facility. We call it infra laboratory, that the university researcher can use it. So yeah.
How about the seaweed in industry in Malaysia, or maybe seaweed in? Is there local consume daily in locals?
Okay, so for Malaysia, the community does consume seaweeds, so more of like become salad. So like Gasiralia, we have a community that like to mix with salads. They call it sari, and then of course kalupa, the sea grapes have become more popular nowadays.
Yeah.
So people are consuming it raw. So, but I would say is that it is being known more compared to the old day, but it's not everybody are exposed. So there's more campaign. I think campaign need to be done to expose the local community, the people that having seaweed is good, is nutritious. Yeah.
Maybe in Indonesia we need to do it too, because I think there's no campaign like that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So same for us also. we need to do more. Yeah.
We need to do more, but It's already start, yes.
For us is yes, in a way more of the company initiative.
Oh,
Like
company.
they was like in shopping mall, they will give a demonstration,
Mm.
or like governments when we have food exhibitions product, then we will set up booth and to show people different way of eating seaweeds. Yeah.
Different thing. But how about the seaweed become other products or?
I think for other products, I would say is still very small scale, not as much as other country. Like you have a more established international brand. Is mainly the brand that's local, like they mix with drinks, cordial drinks,
Oh,
or
powder
some
drink.
of it is local brand of the facial cleaner,
Okay,
cosmetics.
cosmetics too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but the thing is, I think is we do have. I mean, for Malaysia or Indonesia, we do have the material seaweeds, but I think we still need to learn how to we sell our brand so that accept internationally
Okay.
to widen the market. I think this is still some things that we are still lack of. So if you want to really to develop seaweed industry, I think more effort have to be done. Yeah.
Actually, I'm personally interested with your presentation before about policy brief.
Yeah.
Have you always or maybe often to publish your research to be a policy brief?
Yeah, I think policy brief is one of the new trend of research that have been adopted, especially by the West, Western world. So because that a lot of times we publish our result output in a lengthy or more detailed in a journal publications, but the thing is, this is only for people in academic field
Yeah.
that you can reach out. But the thing is, we have to simplify the results in the form that, especially for the policymaker,
Yeah.
the governments that are involved, in a simple form that for them to pick it up and to adopt as a one of the policy for the country. So that is why we are moving into that. So we also for Malaysia for some of the research grant now is also become a compulsory requirement. When we apply grant at the end, we should publish
A policy brief too.
policy based related journal. But I think it's with research and things like that. I think policy brief is one of the easiest and I would say effective way of communicates the output of the research. Yeah.
It's small,
Yeah.
simple way
easy for layman to understand.
to understand. Okay. And then about the opportunity, maybe. Is there any opportunity of our student to study in your university or maybe?
Yes, definitely. University of Malaya, we do have Fulbright scholarship for
Fulbright? Okay.
for student doing post PhD in Malaysia, and then another one is we have also another scheme that through we call it graduate research assistant, where if the principal investigator, let's say for example me, I have a research grant that I got, and then normally the research grant will allow us to pay students some allowance or stipend. So if you are whether local student or international student, if you are employed under my grant, we call it graduate research assistant, then you are entitled to have a waiver of registration fee. So in short, it's kind of scholarships that you can further study. Yeah.
Okay. So it's only for PhD or master too?
Master, yes, for GRA, but for Fulbright scholarship at the moment is for PhD.
It's all PhD. So maybe our student of Department of Fisheries want to continue study, can contact you.
Yeah, you can contact and then
directly.
you can contact. Then we'll see whether we have we can match you with the right expertise or right supervisor for you to continue study. Yeah.
Okay. How about collaboration in research for lectures?
Definitely, we welcome collaborations. we are looking, our university are actively and welcome to collaborate with Indonesian researcher, because I think one thing, we have the advantage because we are located in the same tropical region,
Yeah.
Southeast Asia. Then especially if you talk about you're doing marine or fishery, we share the same sea, the water, okay?
Same characterization
Yeah,
maybe.
character. So we can learn from each other, and also we might share the same challenges that we can work together to solve and to provide solution.
Okay, maybe that's all. I think I have a nice conversation with you here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prof. Lim,
Yeah.
for your time and for your information here. Thank you. Hopefully, it will be beneficial to all the viewers here too. Good afternoon. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.